I request our chief guest, Shri Saurabh Patel, Honorable Minister for Finance, Energy and Petrochemicals, Mines and Minerals, Civil Aviation, Cottage Industries, Government of Gujarat, to enlighten us with a few words. I request all of you to please welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Shri P.K. Mishra ji, Shri Tulsi Tanti ji, my colleague, members of the Legislative Assembly, Shri Shambhu ji Thakur, Shri Ashok Bhai Patel, ACS Shri Pandin ji, Shri Vijay Iyer ji, Dr. Chris Craig, Shri Tanakaya, Shri Chuango, dignitaries on the dais, and invited guests who are participating in this seminar and exhibition. Vibrant Gujarat is well known to all of you. It is one of the most successful events in the country. This year, as part of Vibrant Gujarat, this seminar and exhibition has been kept keeping in mind the energy related issues. Lot of discussions are going to take place, whether it is smart grid or whether it is power through solar, and the experts are going to discuss subjects related to this field. Our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, in last 100 days has changed the sentiments not only in Delhi but all over the country. People have started thinking on a positive note, and this is one of the most important, I would say, the confidence level measures amongst the industrialists, among the decision makers in the bureaucracy has started taking place. Earlier, because of policy paralysis, decisions were not taken, resulting into lot of, I would rather say, energy sector in many fields decision not being taken was in a slight mess. Now, confidence coming back, clarity being given to the bureaucrats of how to proceed. We are seeing lot of decisions being taken and assuming and visualizing what type of decisions are going to come in the next 100 to 125 days, which are very crucial to the energy sector. Yesterday was a very historic day for the country. Our Honorable Prime Minister inspired the industrialist through Make in India campaign. Most of the top industrialists in the country were present in the conference, and any person who had seen that conference through television channels which was shown live would be positively inspired by the Prime Minister's speech. So we are very, very clear on which direction he wants to go. And those directions, when we go ahead, one of the most important sectors will be the energy sector. Without a clean success in the energy sector, the dreams of our Honorable Prime Minister cannot be fulfilled. And hence, there are pending issues. There are issues with the central government, and the state government will have to work together to achieve these targets. But we are confident that over a period of time, all these issues will be resolved in the interest of the consumer. Today, energy is a concurrent subject, and hence it is very, very important that the states also have to be on board. If you look at the last 8-10 years, we are talking of 24/7 electricity in the country today. But under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Gujarat has been given 24/7 electricity since last many years. And there are people sitting over here, and you have the experiences, whether it is urban or whether it is rural, that we are used to 24/7 to such an extent that even for a technical fault or even because of high velocity of wind or rains, if the power it goes off for 15-20 minutes or half an hour, we cannot resist because we are experiencing 24/7. So the people of Gujarat are used to this. So this has to be in each and every state, and it can only happen if there is political will amongst all the states. The center can give a policy, the center can give money, but finally the implementation has to be done by the states. And when the implementation has to be done by the state, it is very, very important that the power which is generated, power which is distributed, that power has to be paid in rupees. Today what is happening is that the distribution companies, because of lack of political will among the states, are not having a good financial track record. So 24/7 is possible. You can supply power, but till what time? The generation companies have to be viable. The distribution companies have to be viable. And transmission also plays a very important role. The act is built in such a way that the transmission companies never make a loss. It's good. But all three have to work together. There are so many examples today which we have. That generation is there, but the transmission network is not there. And because of transmission network not being there, we cannot supply power. There are so many instances where because of lack of full capacities, you can't give quality power. So it is very, very important that all three sectors have to work together to see to it that quality power is given to any consumer demanding power in any part of the state, whether it is rural or urban. So this is one sector which is the most difficult sector to run, and for which political will is very much required. Today, there are issues. The most important issues which I feel the country will be facing in next 1 year is on the fuel side. There are a lot of plants which have been in place. They are working, but they are not working to the full capacities. The reason? Because of lack of fuel. If you look at gas, based on kg predictions, many companies, including Gujarat state government companies, have built up power projects. Unfortunately, the quantum of gas which was expected did not materialize. Secondly, the imported LNG prices shot up, making gas-based power project not viable, resulting in Even in the state like Gujarat, we have a huge capacity of approximately 4,000 megawatts, which is lying idle because of availability of gas. The center will have to take a stern stand and will have to come out with a very strong policy by which all sectors of the economy will have to share the burden of the higher pricing of gas. Pooling of gas is only alternative, and when pooling of gas is done, the pricing of gas will be known, and it will be very, very important for the new LNG terminals to forecast their markets. What is the markets are going to be there in the future? Even if today the full pricing of gas has been done, it is not possible for all our power projects to run on full capacities because we don't have inbuilt capacities in the country to bring in imported LNG to the full capacities. So the plant load factor for the next 2 to 3 years in gas is not possible to run at 100% capacity. So maybe there is going to be a shortfall of 30 to 40% even if the pricing is decided as early as possible. Another issue is the coal. Coal is one of a very important fuel, and lately we read that Supreme Court gave a judgment of cancelling all the coal mines in the country. So the center with a very clean policy, and I'm sure will be coming out very shortly to see that coal mines are available for energy sector also. What is equally important in this coal is the pricing of coal and pricing of freight. When the new government came into place, we gave them a suggestion that the country is wasting money. People are paying a higher price because companies like GSEC, our state generation company, is getting coal from Korba Rewa Chhattisgarh mines and paying more freight for the coal than the cost of coal. And similarly, NTPC is taking imported coal from here to Chhattisgarh for their plants. So suggestion was given that why not swapping of coal can be done. And this swapping of coal idea was immediately accepted by the central government and a process started. And I am very much sure that within the next 8 to 10 days, an agreement will be sealed between NTPC and GSEC, whereby which 1 million tons of coal will be swept in the initial stages. So imported coal of NTPC will be taken by us, and coal of GSEC, which is coming from Korba, will be taken over by NTPC, resulting in savings of around 350 crores in the swapping of 1 million tons. So these are the decisions which have to be taken in the interest of the consumer. And this swapping of coal only in the form of GSEC, we can reach to the quantity of 2.5 million tons with NTPC. So we are making a slow beginning, and I'm sure in the months to come, there will be a lot of more companies who will be swapping of coal and resulting in saving of freight and cost to the consumer. Another important issue will be the pricing of coal, especially for pooling of coal. Every state wants cheapest coal from nearby coals. And because of lack of decision making in the earlier governments, the states were not importing. And because of that, the capacities of the generating plants were not running to the full capacity. So when a clear pricing mechanism is fixed for coal, whether it is domestic or imported coal, it will be compulsory for part of the states, whether they are landlocked or whether they are on the coastline, to see to it that they rather import their share of coal, or rather they pay their additional price for other states to import at a higher price. So this decision, I am sure the ministry is working on it, and in a months to come, this will also be taken. Quality of coal was also an issue, and I am glad that Centre has taken it very seriously, informed the coal mines, Coal India, that there has to be a third-party inspection of the quality of coal. So this will bring in more efficiency among the coal producers, and what the coal is supplied will be known to the users, resulting in more efficiency in generation of the plants. So these are the issues of coal. More technology will have to come in for bringing in more productivity in the coal mines, and the way the government is working right now with clarity, I am very much sure that this sector will move faster than the other sectors because this has a base. Infrastructure, industries can only grow if energy has to be supplied. As far as the consumer is concerned, I think consumer will have to pay a price because the fuel cost is a pass-on theory, and this pass-on theory will have to be absorbed if the consumer requires good quality power. But what is more important, that if proper policies are framed, if the plants and the system runs at the most efficient level, then our consumer will be able to get a power at a reasonable price, at an affordable price, whereby which industries can also run and household can also run. Along with the energy sector, the financing of this sector is also very important. There are so many financial institutions who have lended money in the energy sector, and this sector, the banking sector and the generating units will have to work together to find out reasonable solutions whereby which both sectors have to survive. Because if the energy sector dies, the biggest hit will be on the financial sector, the banking sector. So it is very important for the banking sector to handhold the energy sector in the times of difficulty. And at the same time, when it is concerned, as far as distribution companies are there, it will be very important for the state governments to have a political will to see to it that the distribution companies work more efficiently and have a reasonable rate on return on the investments. As far as Gujarat is concerned, next 6 months or 1 year are tough times ahead for us also, because the crucial decisions taken by the centre are equally going to affect the state. As far as capacities are concerned, we are not worried much. We are not worried about the 24/7 power supply, because we know there is a backup as far as gas power projects are concerned, but we have to pay a higher price in the form of variable cost, which is coming to 7 rupees per unit on today's LNG imported price. So we have a backup. We are not worried about shortage of power, but the cost of power will be an important factor. As